Okay, I am Council President Doug Cox, and I will call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. So let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I move to approve the amended agenda deleting 6A as presented by staff. Aye.
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 We have presentation and proclamations. We don't have anybody signed up. Nobody online.
Right.
So comments, no members, comments. Nobody signed up.
Nope.
Okay, no one signed up. So we will move to the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented. Second.
Aye.
Aye.
We do have a public hearing tonight. So we'll open the public hearing on 2025-03 LA. Ordinance 705, and we'll open hearing at like 7:03. We'll start off with the staff report. Overall.
So because this is our second hearing, I'm not going to go into every single change. Rather, I will just talk about suggested changes for the amendment before you tonight. And just a point of clarification for the council and members that may be following this. The ordinance 730 is the authorizing amending ordinance. And then there's an attachment A and B. One is an executive summary of each change in the development ordinance. And the second is a red line of the entire ordinance, which is, I think, 284 pages long. But of course, we have to provide those just so everybody can follow along. We did get back some comments from another review from our legal counsel, and they had a couple of small changes in section 1 under definitions. We just added the words under buildable area to exclude wetlands and similar undevelopable areas, because obviously if you can't build on it, it's not a buildable area. And then we added a section 23.01E, which just clarifies that landscaped areas may not be used for parking or any other activities that would alter their purpose.
They have to stay landscaped areas, basically.
No landscaping area may be used for parking or other activities that would alter their area. And it's in landscaping section 23.01. And that is just, that requirement's there for one purpose, and we don't want people to use it for other purposes. And then 23.02, which we just removed the end of the last sentence that just said, or general option of any new use approved by the applicant. That seemed unclear, and it just made more sense to say occupancy of any structure approved by in the application, period. So we just removed that for clarification. So they were some minor changes. Otherwise, it's as what was presented at the previous hearing. And if anybody has questions, happy to answer those questions.
I think I asked the same question last time to Matt, since he's the one that usually did it before.
Matt Etzel, Assistant Public Works Director. I do think the changes that we've come up with do make it a little bit easier to enforce. Like we talked about at the last meeting, some of the percentages were hard when they're not like 50%, when it's like 80 or 90%, it's harder to make that approval or try to go out and explain that to someone else too, that's not doing it on a daily basis. A lot of the edits that we came up with were comments from residents that came in and said, why can't I do this to my property? You know, here's a good explanation of why it should be allowed. And we talked about those internally and kind of came up with compromises on what we thought was the best for those. So yeah, I think the changes, I'm sure there's still going to be things that we find, you know, there's always going to be an odd shaped lot or, you know, something that comes up, but I think from what's been brought to us, we've tried to address all those.
And most of the development code revisions were intended to update the code to meet current state law. But anytime we update the code, staff takes a step back and we look at things like code enforcement and, you know, are there ways to mitigate some of that code enforcement? You know, does it make sense? Is a violation just because it's a violation, or was there a purpose behind it? So we'll relook at those things and we'll tweak the code a little bit. In this particular case, I think, you know, some shed placements, violations will go away just from some of the tweaking in the language. And I think it'll make it easier for residents to understand things like when they're landscaping, what they need to do. We also included comments from our joint meeting where we looked at, is there more of a diversification that an applicant could do with landscaping? So we revisited landscaping for a couple of different reasons, but we have some language in here related to sheds and parking and just different things that we have to deal with from a code enforcement standpoint to try to clarify it. So it's crystal clear or a little clearer and not just, well, this is the way we've always interpreted it. We've taken those interpretations and either put them in or taken them out. So,
And I think our main intent was to make it crystal clear to some and
Yeah.
not clear at all to others. And so I think it makes it really clear because it says, this is what they do.
well, just keep in mind that every time that you think you've addressed all the issues, somebody comes up with
Yeah.
a new way to interpret,
Yeah.
you know, a word to be something else. So,
And the hard part is, like Ron said before, you can't make a list of everything that's not allowed because there'll be someone that finds a way to think that it is allowed, which is
Yeah.
fine, but
and your development code will be thousands of pages long.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we tried. We tried to make it easier. To come up with everything.
all right.
Thank you.
Yep.
So general testimony, no public comments. Our 2 written comments. So, and there's nobody online that wants to make a comment or submit any comments. Any questions, Scott?
No questions.
Anybody wish to provide any rebuttal? Any comment? No. Any audience members or council have any additional questions? Don't have any, we will close the public meeting at 7:10. Any alcohol deliberation?
Pretty well.
right?
Been here and done
It's-
this.
What of it? Develop, I can't even say the word.
Development.
Yeah, we have it to death. We killed it. I think we're done. So no council deliberation, council discussion. First reading.
I move to approve the first reading by title only of ordinance 730 and ordinance amending ordinance 705, the Aumsville Development Ordinance, including provisions to clarify wording and conform with the state of Oregon legislative mandates as presented by staff.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I can do the second.
Second reading, please.
I move to approve the second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance 730 and ordinance amending ordinance 705, the Aumsville Development Ordinance, including provisions to clarify wording and conform with state of Oregon legislative mandates as amended by staff. And
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, passes. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, staff. Thank you, Matt.
That's behind us.
And we'll probably have to do it again at some point.
Yeah, something new will come up.
So we don't have any old business. New business, we have ODOT grant vehicle purchase information.
Will you move closer to your mic? Yeah.
Or move my mic closer to me. So Matt's gonna provide some ODOT grant information.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess pretty exciting news. We have the trucks. We don't have them in our possession yet. They're getting outfitted with lights and toolboxes and that sort of thing. I think it was like the end of December, we were notified that Ford has canceled all the orders for the Ford Lightnings, which was one of our orders. And they weren't going to start making until 2029. And the grant ends 5 years after 2025. So that would have put us right on the edge. And working with our rep that had ordered the Lightnings for us, they had a couple that they had in inventory, a little bit different models, but a little more features than what we had originally spec'd out in our own.
They're actually
Um,
upgraded.
Yeah, they're upgraded. And, but they fit within the grant, budget. It's not gonna cost the city any more money. We're still about $25,000 to $30,000 under budget for grant. So we decided to go ahead and, make those purchases and, have we filed for the reimbursement yet? Yeah, so we're filing for the reimbursement and we checked with our ODOT rep, with the updated models. And they gave us the green light to go ahead and make the purchase. And so, they're being outfitted. We should see them in like 3 to 5 weeks. So. Yeah,
It's really just an
Perfect.
FYI update because we came before you, even though our original purchase was going to be about $30,000 under the grant ceiling. We ended up having to bump that up, so we're about 20,000 or so under the grant ceiling, but we had to pay a little bit more. So it's just an update that we are following through with the purchases, but we're going to pay just a little bit more for the trucks. Still doesn't cost the city anything because we're well within our grant reimbursement.
What we want to hear.
Yeah, yeah,
And the guys will get air conditioning now.
there we go. Yeah,
The ones that have air conditioning?
they did.
Oh.
What? You are not gonna get them air conditioning?
Roll the windows down. Yeah,
we don't want them sitting in the vehicle not working.
yeah, yeah.
They wouldn't do that.
The Ford's not making them till 2029 now?
Yeah, and I don't know if the new ones would qualify because I think they're considered an EV, but the new ones I heard are gonna have the joke that everyone made when EVs first started coming out. We'll just put a generator in the back
Are they really?
and plug them in. They're gonna have a gas powered generator in the
Well, you gotta
in
pull
the
the trigger,
vehicle. I
right?
guess it's not gonna be connected to the drivetrain, so it's still EV, but
It's not hybrid?
yeah, I don't know. So,
Wow.
yeah,
And you gotta pull yours around with the trailer to get.
yeah,
to this.
yeah. So,
For us, it's not gonna be an issue because
Yeah.
our trucks mainly drive around town, but
yeah,
We have gas ones that'll pull them back to the.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen the Tesla service vehicles, with the generator beside the road charging up the car.
yeah.
And the service vehicles aren't electric either, by the way. No.
The other nice thing is, because we're a municipality, we did receive 2 free chargers for the vehicles that will be installed at Public Works. We have to get them installed by an electrician, but part of Ford's incentive is to give you the chargers for free, so, yeah.
Like overnight ones, they'll fully charge it over.
Yeah, spoke with the rep and they had a similar one and they drive like 50-ish miles a day and she said that she charges twice a week. So, yeah,
Nice, good job.
So-
Thank you.
yep.
Are they white?
Yes.
Are they? Boring.
City administrator report. Ron, would you like to give
Yeah,
us?
I don't have a large report, just a touch on, some of the extensive flooding we saw in December. And in a couple of the areas, our parks, got some pretty significant flooding. It's not completely uncommon for us. Michael Way, we did deploy sand and sandbags and it seemed like everybody weathered the storm, so to speak. But we did have some significant flooding. And then just in my report, it's a written report. The only thing that I would say for my report is I am working on scheduling a CIS training, and it's just a general training. It's the one that they did at the League of Oregon Cities. They may expand it a little bit because they're coming here, so they can do more of a personalized training.
The same people?
Sharon, who led it at the LOC, will lead it, but we won't have there were a couple of different vendors and entities that participated. It'll just be CIS. And so that they can get a little bit more in-depth into just specific training for the city. It'll touch on just HR issues, roles and responsibilities, that kind of thing. And she might give you some case studies. But since not everybody was able to attend the League of Oregon Cities and we were kind of looking for some specialized training, she's given us some dates. We'll send out a survey to see if we can get everybody to attend. And we'll do it on an off-council session, probably 2 hours is what I'd expect it'll last. And then we had talked about a planning retreat and I still don't have a date and I'm still not certain if we'll hire an outside consultant to come in. We haven't had an outside consultant come in and I'm just wondering if this isn't a good time to bring in somebody from the outside just to kind of do a reset. That may or may not take a little longer, so I'll let you know how that goes and we'll get us a survey for dates out to council. The only thing I would say is when you fill out your surveys that we put in, don't just pick one day. If you can pick every day that you can make work, please do that because when we do the surveys, we're having a hard time finding a date that works for everybody and we're trying to make it work for not just the majority, but for everybody, either online or in person. And that's really it. City staff were participating in the Cascade Fun Run. Some staff brought it up and really wanted to participate, so we agreed to do that. And some staff are gonna do a 2-mile, 6-mile, and 13-mile. And they're doing this on their own, but we're kind of doing a little city team since multiple people signed up for it.
You're not making him do it.
Hmm?
You're not making him do it.
No,
You're making, oh, that's okay.
13 mile?
We're okay with that.
I didn't want to say that, but I did get guilted into.
Don't kill him, please.
On this training, on those dates that you put down there, are they during the day or the evening?
I'm trying to do towards an evening because I know it's harder for people to do. a
Okay, because
day.
I can't do Wednesday nights. I can't do Wednesday nights.
Are they both Wednesday nights?
No, the 24th is Tuesday night. That's why I'm asking, because I have scats that afternoon.
Okay, yeah,
So the 24th works better for me than the 25th does. Because I
Okay.
cannot get out of my Wednesday night use.
okay. Well, if that date doesn't work, we'll push to the next date. So we'll send out the survey and see what works for everybody. I think it would be great for everybody just to sit through it. They're just good refreshers. And we do them all the time, and I just thought it'd be great to get council, some of that, so. happy to answer any
But
questions.
those are the targets, the 24th, February 24th, March 25th. Those are just the target dates.
Well, those are the two that I was given. There's a couple of other dates, but I'm not available. It's during my vacation period. And I'd kind of like to sit in. I'd like to be here, but if it works out that that's the only dates that are available, then that works.
March 25th might also be spring break. If it affects anybody.
Yeah, we have a select window because the representative doesn't live here.
I know.
So we're trying to get dates that they're already here doing other trainings.
Can it be recorded? Does training be recorded to view later?
Actually, if it is spring break, I would be available because we don't meet that Wednesday.
Okay, well, we'll send out the survey.
So
Yeah, they'll be
we'll have
recorded.
to-
I mean, we
we'll have to
probably won't
look.
post them online because they're like a work session, but they'll be recorded and available to watch, so,
Well, the LOC one's already been recorded, right? Anybody can go back in and watch that, can't they?
yeah.
And just to clarify, CIS stands for,
City insurance, city county insurance system.
okay, thank you.
That's it, Ron?
That's it.
Yeah.
I kept it short.
Impressive. Anybody else have any questions for Ron?
Said something about No Shave November on the agenda.
It's in the police, I think it's in the police, report, isn't it? Might be on next month's. I mean, we did the No Shave November, they did a bingo night, fundraiser, we did a food drive. I think we were able to donate over 4,000 items to the food pantry.
Yeah.
So lots of donating type activities in the fall.
Okay. Mayor Council reports. Anybody have anything they want to report? Scott, anything to report?
Rocking it out in Laredo.
All right.
Park looks good on Willamette.
Yes.
Almost there.
Wildwood's done and looks nice. I see kids out there playing now.
Is there graffiti stuff on that bathroom, Matt? There is? Okay. I was wondering, because it looks so good, split face rock, but if somebody graffitis that, it's a pain in the neck. Cool, okay. Yeah, it looks good.
Are we still moving forward with the property from the county down there by the park?
I haven't heard anything back. It's been an ongoing correspondence for like 9 years now, so.
Dangle it in front of him.
Right now, the sheriff's department's using it, so I think they're
Yeah, I saw
reluctant
that.
to do anything with it at this point, but Heiberger's coming along. I put that in there, but we'll have that as part of our State of the City presentation. I think right now we're just waiting for the fencing to show up and then they can install the ground artificial turf.
Is that what the rolls are sitting there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've getting lots of feedback from people. I mean, dozens and dozens of people asking questions, so it'll be well used.
Nobody
It's
took
such
the
a small
frog.
space, but we really utilized every inch of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It looks really nice. We drove by there too. Yeah. Anything else for good of the order? Any new correspondence?
I don't have any.
And there is no executive session? Anyone has anybody else? Nothing, nobody else has anything else? So then we can adjourn the meeting at 7:25.
Thank you.
Meeting's adjourned.